Hey, y'all, come on in. You're here on a great day.
We are off to the cantina with Zingari Man.
It's a beautiful morning with the Barbershop Duet.
Hi, I'm Marcus Klinger with Klinger Vocal Studio.
And I'm Sarah Vincent with Sarah Vincent Virtual Pilates.
But on Wednesdays and Saturdays.
We are the Barbershop Duet.
Hey, y'all, come on in. Thank you for finding our little barbershop. If you happen to be here during one of the live premieres on YouTube, why, come on in the live chat and meet the Whiff Pack, a cool group of friends from all over the world hanging out. They'd love to meet you too.
They would. And for our mention today, I wanted to show you this clay bar sample that Heather sent out to me. I've really enjoyed getting to use this at night before bed. The lather is a little different because it's a clay bar, so don't be alarmed. It's on purpose. But after wiping it off, I really do feel more nourished and conditioned. Sometimes my face gets a little dry after some of the face washes, but not with this one.
And for our soap today, we got a surprise package from Zingari Men in the mail. This is a release we didn't even know was coming, but y'all, we are so excited. Thank you, Heather. Let's meet the soap. All right, y'all, from the sales page at zingariman.com, music, please.
Pour with purpose, savor the craft. The evening air hums with conversation, warm and electric, carrying the rhythm of clinking glasses and easy laughter. Behind the bar, El Cantinero moves with practice ease, slicing fresh grapefruit and lime, their citrus oils bursting into the air as he prepares the next round. His hands are steady, his craft refined. Not just a bartender, but a curator of experience, a keeper of tradition, a master of balance.
El Cantinero is a scent that captures the soul of a perfect cocktail. The warmth of candlelit cantinas, and the effortless charm of a man who understands that the best things in life are meant to be savored. The fragrance opens with the zesty brightness of grapefruit and lime, crisp and inviting, like the moment the first cocktail of the night touches your lips. The margarita accord brings a smooth tequila warmth, balanced by the subtle sharpness of salt, grounding the scent in something undeniably classic.
As the night deepens, so does the fragrance, settling into something enduring, smooth, and effortlessly magnetic. El Cantinero is not just a scent, it is an invitation to slow down, to pour with intention, to savor the night.
Y'all, we don't drink anymore, but the last margarita we had was at a local restaurant owned by Carlos Santana. And then there's the Marcus Rita that the folks in the mountains still sing a folk song about. We're going to get to both of those today. Let's open the box. This is how it comes from Zingari Man. Yo, when you order from the artisans themselves, such little touches, it's a mouth. Have a drink on me, Heather. Oh, that's perfect. Oh,
That's a big box.
Let's see what's hiding in here. Oh, yo, I think I see the snowy white color of a bomb hiding in here. Let's see. Oh, it is. Look at that, y'all. The labels are incredible at Zingari Man. I love that blue color. Oh, there it is. Look how the light catches the foil label. The drink itself lights up. All right, y'all, I don't know about you, but I'm finding myself a little parched. It's time for our first impression. Look at the color of the agave.
I know. I hope it comes across on camera.
The drink. Oh, it's beautiful. All right, I want you to have the first sip, and I'm going to ask you some questions.
Okay.
Take it in, see what you get.
Says here, grapefruit, tequila, and lime. Let's see.
So I wonder if this is like a grapefruit margarita?
I think I used to drink these randomly, like early college days. It's been a long time. But I do remember it being very crisp and not too sweet.
Right.
Like the salty tequila mixed in with these were a really fun, like tropical kind of getaway. So I'm ready. Oh, there's the pour for those who like to see.
There it is. All right, take it in.
Okay, summer fun. Oh, wow.
Yeah?
Okay, so we've had other soaps with grapefruit before.
Yeah.
But not like this.
Oh.
This is like grapefruit forward in the best way.
Nice.
So,
What are you getting?
I know for you, grapefruit at the beginning was a little kind of weary, but I think here, they're going to fix it for you. Like, I literally see the actual fruit colors of the grapefruit, how it's kind of more orangey and pink on the ends.
Right.
Like, I'm getting all those colors as I take a whiff of this.
Hey, nice.
And I don't want to say it's not gourmandy, because it's clearly a drink.
Okay.
And the gourmands in here are gourmands, but they're in their original state.
Oh.
If that makes sense.
Right.
Where sometimes when I say gourmand, I think more it's been baked or cooked or something's happened to it. This is like the fruit in its best qualities put together. Yeah. I get the perfect amount of a whiff of the tequila. So I would say the grapefruit brings me in, stays with me.
Right.
Then in the middle, I get a little more of the tequila zone.
Nice.
But not enough that I feel drunk or it's too boozy or anything like that. Just the right amount of whiff of like, oh, there's a little some in my drink.
Nice.
And then you keep going, and the lime, that adds that kind of sourless little tart moment. And I'm pretty sure there's a salty finish, but it's not as much at my nose smelling it. It's almost like I feel it in my mouth somehow.
Wow. I would think salt would be tricky to do. It doesn't have much of a scent, but it does have something you can sense.
I think it just makes me feel like I'm at an outdoor cantina. Like the walls are up, we're sitting on the beach. Like it adds almost an aquatic-y thing without necessarily being aquatic. Because normally the citruses in an aquatic are different than what's in here. So I'm not like in the ocean. I'm just getting a breeze.
So is it the drink itself, or is it a little bit more of the drink and the place?
I think it's the drink itself. But it's such a good version of the drink that it's something I would order when I was on vacation or out celebrating that just brings that with it.
And on that note, let's discuss the margaritas that we have had most recently. We stopped drinking a couple of years ago, but the last time we had margaritas was at a place called Maria, and it's in Walnut Creek, California, owned by Carlos Santana. And y'all, there is nothing from a bottle in these margaritas. Everything is fresh. Everything's amazing. Now, fast forward to the Marcus Rita that I learned how to make. The entire goal is to basically make it out of the bartender's versions of Kool-Aid and then put equal parts tequila to all of the mix-ins so you don't even taste the tequila. Two very different versions of the same drink. So I'm happy to know this is a little bit more on the ritzy Maria side.
Like even reading that description, you feel like someone took their time, started from scratch to make this drink. They didn't use the mix-ins and the easy go. No. You are paying for the experience. You can really feel like you can smell the fruit zest, like they've just been broken open and juiced to make this drink for you. I do like knowing that I have this because one of my heart medications, I can't have grapefruit anymore, but there's something in this that makes me feel like I almost somehow drank it.
That's why I got her the oatmeal cookie soap from Chiseled Face too. She can't have gluten either.
So even though we don't drink, I love that Zingari has a bunch of these different fun drink kind of ode to soaps so that anytime we feel like we need a little refresher, we could just go to our shave den now.
All right, so briefly talk to me about the tequila here. Are we looking at Patron or are we looking at the Cuervo Gold that I used to put in mine?
Yeah, it's top shelf for sure. Like I don't feel like sometimes when you take a whiff of the tequila before you even drink it, you're like, wow, that smells like a hangover. This does not.
Yeah, it's funny. If you ask 20 drinkers, what do they no longer drink? About 12 of them will say tequila. I can't do that anymore. And what's tequila?
It's like beer.
Well, if it's like beer, we'll have some. 3 tequilas.
All right, bottoms up.
All right, it's time for my little buttercup. Let's take it in here and see what we got going on. Y'all, the tequila has been deconstructed. I am not getting a liquor version of that drink at all. It's gone into the agave. It's gone into the fruits. Whoa. Okay, hold on. I just had to start there. Well, and the good thing about that is if you are one of those 12 drinkers that has had a bad experience with tequila, it's not going to be that part of the tequila in this. Y'all, there are not enough O's in smooth to describe this. There is not that alcohol-y hit where it kind of burns your nose at first. None of that. Just diving into the beautiful scent of distilled agave to where you can still sense the juice of the cactus. Y'all, that's the crowning glory of this, and it's the spine. It's not the grapefruit. It is whatever has happened to that tequila in here that's holding everything else up around it, and it's beautiful. Well, don't you think it should be? And it's beautiful, the pyramid that spine of agave is creating because the lime is climbing down one way and the grapefruit is descending down the other. And even though they are both citruses, they are not blending together to be like a citrus accord. I am getting that lime and that grapefruit very separate, and it's beautiful. And y'all, look at my face. There is nothing sour or bitter about this grapefruit at all, but it remains definitively a grapefruit. It doesn't need to go sweet like a pink grapefruit. It is still that dapper masculine character of that citrus. And the way it lets the lime, the much sweeter, the much more candied idea of that citrus play on its own on the other side of the agave is brilliant. Well, and if your tequila is made the right way, the flavors of it do the same thing as they combine in your mouth. Woo! Y'all, and here's what I love. With the distiller, I could sense the distillery. With the barrel proof, I knew exactly what that bar looked like. I could smell it. It was all there. I love with this. They are focused on the drink itself, diving into its nuances, diving into its charm. There's a reason the other 9 of us go crawling back to the margarita. And y'all, I wish I could say that on occasion a cocktail was not so good that it helped define that entire vacation, but I have experienced that. And this has all of that charm of those cocktails that are so amazing you never forget them. The strawberry basil lemonade from Disney. The key lime margarita with the graham cracker crust I had on the cruise. Oh, I love this. I feel like I'm underdressed to smell this. Can we just say that? And last thought, I love that she made it about El Cantinero, the bartender himself. Y'all, some of the best conversations I have ever had in my life have been with bartenders.
It's true. I like that it's called El Cantinero because it really is the process of making the drink. Like, it feels like you're sitting this close to the bartender where all the action is making the drink. I think that's why it smells so good.
That's it. It smells like he's making it. You're smelling the individual ingredients as they're adding them to your glass.
Is it time to look up this recipe and talk to El Cantinero?
Can we please have a menu over here? So y'all, as we look at these scent notes, look at my face. Some of the soaps in our masterpiece collection only have 2 scent notes because it's about their quality and about how they come together to create brand new worlds of things. So we were actually very encouraged when we saw this sales page that it has a minimal amount of scent notes because it's about their quality and about how they are coming together. This smells like it has 800, but we start with top notes of
grapefruit and lime. So those citruses really are meant to bring you in.
And I love how they're so different in this mix. I get the lime on its own on the right. I get the grapefruit on its own on the left, and that is not easy to pull off.
I feel like the vibrancy of them are turned up somehow, so it's like you get the best parts of them.
And y'all, look at my face. Take anything that a 6-year-old would not like about a grapefruit and take it out of this. Everything about this grapefruit is soft and subtly sweet and wonderful and inviting. There is nothing about it at all, and I can't stress that enough, because almost every grapefruit note we have smelled so far has a bit of that bitter, sour edge to it that helps define the grapefruit. But here, it's not. And yet it is still a full-body California grapefruit, and I'm not sure how they did that.
For our heart notes, we have tequila and agave. So they are both there.
And that's what's giving it the sense to me of being Patron or some like top shelf, high level tequila. You get the boozy hit, but you get the agave hit too. You get the actual fruit, the actual juice it was made from.
It kind of helps round out, again, any of those things that can be pokey about the tequila side.
Right.
The agave just kind of bones that all together. And then, my friends, the base note is straight up salt.
And here's why I love that. You would think that would be a light. You would think that would be a top note. You would think that would be just a wisp of something you would catch in your periphery. That's not how it's being done here. The salt's been turned upside down, and it's the base note. And I would be willing to bet that that's where you're sensing an aquatic. Because y'all, the salt is absolutely there, but I have never sensed it like this before.
Let me riff now. Okay, I feel like I can get it now in my head, because when you watch a cantinero or a bartender, they take the cup and they dive it in to get a little wet, and then they put it in the salt.
Right.
So it's part of the experience of making that drink from the beginning. So no wonder it's just kind of throughout the whiff. I couldn't pick it out separately, but you're not supposed to, because it's the base note.
And it's almost like a rocky sense in here, a mineral sense. You really do get the sense of a fresh sea salt kind of.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It takes you outside.
And I think it's one of those scent notes, if it wasn't there, we would miss it. We wouldn't know that we're actually diving in to the drink at the bar.
And yo, sometimes when Carole King would write a hit, she would just know it. Something about the notes and the way they came together was just magic, somehow harvested out of the ground from a vast lost civilization that came before us. There is something about the cleverness, the balance in El Cantinero. Well, and we got to bring in our cleverness scale, where this is a little beyond inspired. When I smell how these notes come together, I'm like, wow, how have I never smelled this before? There is something magical in this.
I gotta say, when we add water to lather this up, it could completely change, because I actually really enjoy the base itself, how it smells here. I can imagine what's coming.
Well, we're gonna find out right now, y'all. I'm just gonna take that much soap, maybe a tiny bit more than an almond size, and I thought this bowl from Haley's Artisan was apropos because it almost looks like it has sprinkles on the rim, right? And I kind of ignore the honeycomb patterns on the side, and I push the soap into the ridges on the bottom of this bowl. If you have a similar bowl, let me know what you do with it too. I should have got one of those little guns that they shoot water and soda from the bar to add water to this. That would have been cool.
Next bougie sprayer design, fellas.
Right? All right, y'all, I'm just going to get my swizzle stick here, and I'm going to go one way and the other, and just start pushing down to see what the backbone has to say, and just start loading the soap onto the bristles of this brush. And every once in a while, I'm just going to spin the brush, give the bristles a new orientation to grab at that soap. This is my Phantom Aerolite brush. It's an homage to the backyard swimming pools of the 80s and 90s where we used to sip margaritas on the 4th of July.
Oh, hey, it says a Paloma-inspired scent.
Thought that was a place. All right, y'all. Marcus was right. Yeah, Marcus was wrong. This is not a margarita. This is a Paloma. What is a Paloma?
It's tequila, lime, and grapefruit soda.
There you go. It's not a margarita.
Look what we've learned today. Thank you, Heather. I'm glad I saw that because originally it started talking about a margarita accord, so we just went with that.
All right, y'all. This is something you will only find here in the Barbershop Duet. This is the blended or over iced whiff. On 3, 1, 2. Y'all.
There's not a whiff long enough for this one, my friends.
This is incredible. Okay, y'all, look at my face. I know what I'm about to say might surprise one or two of you, because grapefruit is not my favorite. Never has been, never will be. Thank that horrible grapefruit tree at my grandfather's farm that used to drop grapefruit on the tin roof at 3 a.m. and scare the crap out of me and deliver the most bitter, acrid, sour, dirt-tasting fruit that has ever graced God's green earth that my mother would put in front of me on a daily basis when we would visit. I'm sorry, do I sound salty? Y'all, the way the grapefruit has been carved out to keep all of its personality with none of it sour or bitter, the way the lime is dancing candied completely on the other side of it, and how the agave and the tequila are the spine of this triangle, I am ready to declare this a masterpiece of 2025 for the Barbershop Duet. Do you concur?
I concur.
Y'all, when the cleverness scale is just off the charts, it doesn't matter if you're the biggest fan of the scent notes, because what they've done with it fixes it for just about everybody. This is incredible.
I'm getting a whiff from here
Yes.
of that soap. It has a wonderful potency. And again, it just makes me want to take the biggest whiff I can.
Y'all, I would say this is a 4 or a 4.5 out of 5 in intensity, and yet it doesn't wash over you like that. Your nose still wants more, and that's the mark of a great scent. And y'all, we're going to watch Brandon's video on this as soon as we're done from BBS, and we love watching how the lather coats his face. We don't do shaving here in the Barbershop Duet, but look at that lather. We thought you might like to see how this Zingari man formula coats and covers y'all. It is absolutely unmatched in this industry.
This is when you're glad you haven't shaved yet today.
Y'all, look how beautiful and thick and padded that is, and it does not clog my most cloggable razors. When I need the ultimate clean scent, I go for the Watchman. When I need a spicy barbershop, I pull up the Master. I got the EDP of that.
And now, when you need a summer drink, this might be the go-to.
This might even be my favorite drink scent we've ever covered. Y'all, there is something really special going on in this. This is for alcoholics what Stargazer was for hunters. And luckily, this tequila will not put you on the floor, but let's take this a little deeper.
The other point to make, even if someone isn't a giant tequila fan, this isn't too tequila-ish. Like, you can jump into more of the citruses, and that can be what leads you in.
And y'all, I'm trying to paint you a picture of why this is on the Masterpiece Collection, what is so special. Somehow, I think the agave is not quite a gourmand. I think it's doing something different in here. I think it's almost a floral, it's almost a wood, it's almost a spice, it's almost an herb, but it's not something that's making my mouth go ma. It's leaving that for the lime and the grapefruit. There's magic in here.
I think you might have nailed it. I think that was the in-between part, because I knew that it wasn't a typical gourmand scent. And I think you're right. The agave is sweetening it up, but in its own natural way.
I don't even think if you put this under the nose of Jolie, he would identify it as tequila, and he should. It's what's been done to it. It's just the charm of it. Well, like everything sour, bitter, acrid that's been taken out of the grapefruit, same thing's been done to the tequila. If there's anything not crowd-pleasing in that, it's been removed. And would you like to bomb your face a little bit? Let's see what happens here.
Thank you for sneaking this in, Heather.
Heather, we are so grateful.
I do reach for the Dorothy Jean one often.
Me too. Oh.
Yeah, that's a thing.
I'm almost getting like an orange now, because somehow in this, a little bit of the grapefruit and a little bit of the lime are coming together.
I think the salt is actually coming more alive for me here.
That's what it is. Hold on.
With the agave somehow?
A tiny little bit of a mineral smell, but a calming one. Whoa, y'all. Even little bursts of fireworks of lemon going on in this for me.
It's interesting. I think this is the perfect time to drop this scent because it does have a spring/summer vibe. But most of the time, spring and summer have a floral or something in there.
Right.
This doesn't. So somehow, I'm really getting the drink. It's not going masculine or feminine. It's just having that fun energy. Like, you can't not smile when you smell this.
And I think the agave is so good. It is standing in for anything a floral might want to do in this. Y'all, there just is such magic in this.
Like, my brain wants to have memories to attach to this scent. Like, I feel like if we go out for our honeymoon somewhere, this is going to have to be the scent that we take.
This is coming. Oh, listen, Orange Julius.
Yeah.
I know.
But the top tier quality that comes through, not just because of the ingredients that she's clearly used, but the way that the scent is coming through.
Absolutely.
I feel like this is maybe an EDP kind of a scent, just saying. The lime here is a little more limey than it was in the soap, but it's not that dry, bitter lime either.
Oh,
It's
no.
just I see like the neon green in my mind.
It's almost a candied lime for me, like a key lime. So it's pretty simple, y'all. Grab a couple of your closest friends and head down to Mexico. You're going to find yourself in a beautiful little village. You're going to find the local cantina. They're going to be awfully sweet to you and help guide you through some of the local delicacies. And just about the time you order 3 tequilas and sing My Little Buttercup and then go after El Guapo, you are going to get your own. So head over to ZingariMan.com where you'll find this and everything else I want in the world.
I am back from my shave with El Cantinero, and it was enjoyable. I felt like I was on a summer vacation, and I just was indulging in each whiff. The lather on this was super padded and safe, and I will definitely be back to use this again soon. Thank you, Heather.
Welcome to Messages.
So for our April giveaway, we wanted to give you a chance to get $25 to First Line Shave.
Yeah, y'all, and all you have to do to be eligible is send us an email here to we sent you at thebarbershopduet.com so we can get back to you. It's the only way we communicate about our giveaways, and then check back here on our first May episode to see if you are our lucky winner.
Best of luck. It's always fun to see what the release is going to be in spring for some of the artisans. Some have more of the floral side, some have more of the fruity stuff, some go with the fun vacation-y drinks as we're seeing. So I'm excited to see with all these releases that we've had from Zingari Man, out of the drinks, I think this might be our favorite drink from Zingari Man so far.
This might be my favorite drink of our collection so far. Yo, well, this is Hawaiian Punch.
Yeah.
I'm a 9-year-old, let's be honest. And what's cool for me is a high-level Patron connoisseur I think would dive into this and adore it. And so would their 8-year-old daughter.
Yeah.
Y'all, there is nothing pokey in this. The crowd-pleasing element is off the scale. Everything about this is a home run. Heather, what a charmer.
I know, it's so interesting coming from the Stargazer to this, like just the dynamics and different types of scents that they have at Zingari Man. If you think you know it, you probably don't.
Stargazer deer musk, and yet burrows its way deep into the heart of hunters like my dad. That's what it smelled like in the morning.
Thank you so much, Heather, for sending this out and believing in our little show. We're so honored to have a release episode for you. I can't wait for others to get their noses on this. Don't forget your next appointment with the Barbershop Duet.
You will smell better just watching this.